Hi everyone, it's Fitz with your daily delivery. Hope you're well. I'm good. I'm working ahead. I'm doing a lot of these on Friday so I can have some downtime over the weekend because it's all about me. But today I saved a dandy for you. Today I saved something that I haven't brought up in a long time because I've been focused on other things. But as the ACC issues continue to churn, it's finally time for me to talk about what's going on in the ACC and how it might affect the Big 12 Conference. First reminder, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the thumbs up, leave those comments, all that good stuff. And we're sponsored by Mailrig Golf Apparel. The link is in the story, and I'll have some more to say here at the end. Hey, the ACC's in a dire circumstance, and it's now in the legal, level as FSU, Florida State, seeks to get out of their grant of rights. And if they're successful, if the ACC gives in or they find a way just to walk away, which some believe is entirely possible, then the rest of the ACC will come apart. Because at that point, the loss of Florida State devalues that contract with ESPN, and the schools will know next time around it won't be worth nearly as much, particularly if a few other schools follow. So let me start this rather long daily delivery with this set up front. There are five ACC-affiliated schools I don't believe will be on the table at any time for the Big 12. That if this all goes down and the ACC kind of splinters and everyone looks out for themselves, the SEC and the Big Ten will have the first dibs. I mean, it's just the way it works. They've got the most money to offer. And I think because of that, Florida State, Miami, North Carolina, and Virginia, as enormous state schools with big followings, particularly North Carolina, will be taken by those two conferences, as well as Notre Dame, which doesn't play football in the ACC, but might finally see the reason why they need to join the Big Ten. If they stay independent, that's another interesting thing for the Big 12 because they might be the parking spot for all the other sports for Notre Dame in the future. Let's set all that aside and let's address the other 7 schools and which of these I think would be the 4 choices or should be the 4 choices for the Big 12. And there's also 3 schools I'm just leaving out that aren't a fit and I don't feel like belong in the Big 12 at all. Wake, Syracuse, BC, sorry, maybe BC, you're a backup plan. The other 2, I don't see it. I just don't see it. So here's the 7 schools. And the school I think oddly fits the Big 12 the best is one they should have invited 10, 12 years ago when Texas vetoed it. Louisville. Louisville kind of splits the difference a little bit between Iowa State and Cincinnati, West Virginia, and also has great basketball, pretty solid football, and I think they've belonged in the Big 12 for a while. That's just my number 1 choice. But if Virginia Tech is on the board, you better go take the Hokies because they are genuinely a great fit for this conference. And let's back up and talk about Clemson. Would Clemson get an invitation from either the SEC or Big Ten? Big Ten academically would indicate no. And the SEC already having South Carolina and other schools around Clemson, which is also in South Carolina, I can see the SEC passing. If Clemson's on the table, don't get me wrong, that is the first pick. I don't think they'll be on the table. Finally, that gets us down to 1 or 2 spots. If there's 1 spot left, it's North Carolina State. I think North Carolina State, if the ACC comes apart, belongs in the Big 12. So if that happens, you've got Clemson, Virginia Tech, Louisville, and NC State. You're done. If it doesn't happen with Clemson, then you're staring at a threesome of schools named Pitt, Duke, and Georgia Tech. What do you want from this? What do you seek the most from? Duke would be a great basketball fit if that's the way the conference wants to go, but their academic elitism might keep them from joining the Big 12. Pitt is a great rival with West Virginia, but it's also just a few miles down the road, and I don't think is a great fit academically or athletically for the conference. Georgia Tech has those land-grant roots and is a great engineering school, and being in Georgia offers you a great region and recruiting area you haven't gotten before. Well, I would probably take Georgia Tech based on that but that is up to the members of the Big 12. This was so long, I probably should have done a Deep Purple, but you got a long daily delivery, and it's Sunday. What else you got on? You go to church, come home, the NFL's done, listen to Fitz. Hey, make sure you're really checking out MailRig. I keep ordering stuff. My wife's not happy. I love this stuff a lot. They're new printed polos. Their designs are fantastic. You've seen them, a few of them on here. I got more on the way. Again, not happy, but it's worth the money, and it's not much money at all.